Yo, what's going on, guys? It's me, Rocker769, back with another Dokkan Battle video. Today, we're doing another tier list. Yeah! Sorry. Now we're doing another tier list. This time, we're doing a TUR tier list. If you're excited and want to see more tier lists like this, I was planning on doing another easy one. There's no easy in this video, by the way. No easy TURs, nothing like that. But if you want to see one with only easy A's, make sure to drop a like on this video, and while you're down there, wanna hit the subscribe button. Jump straight into it. As you can see, we have Raditz here, all alone, because he is the GOAT, of course. No, he's absolutely horrendous, and that's why he has his own tier. It's just absolutely horrible unit. Yes, a disclaimer before I start with the tier list. You saw some of the characters there. Some of the characters, like TURs, I haven't used. So if you're like, oh, you should have used maybe the AGL Vegeta, Namek Vegeta. He's better than that guy. I don't have him. Can't really tell. Or, who else is there? There's another one. Maybe the Beerus, the new AGL Beerus. You're like, oh, he's better than this. I haven't really used him. I do have him, but I haven't used him yet. So this is kind of like a few characters I haven't used but I know are good, and then a few characters that I have used and I'm like, oh yeah, I can put them there. Might as well, because there's a few units that I haven't used, sadly. So this is gonna be a bit of I'll probably add them in later, you know, kind of like, oh, this character could be here, but I don't have him, so I can't really tell, you know. Anyway, let us start with number 10, which is, which one is it gonna be? The Dragon Fist Goku. He's a great unit. I've been using him a few times. We have him here. He does everything he needs to. I mean, he's a dodge unit, so that's kind of like his whole purpose, to dodge. He has a chance of nullifying super attacks. He evades a lot. He's not that bad when it comes to second and third slots. You can run him, you can get away with him a few times, but yeah, there's a reason he's number 10. I mean, there's probably a few characters you could put this. Master Roshi, I forgot him. You could probably put him here, but I literally have no idea how good Master Roshi is because I don't have him. So I put Goku here because I have used him and I think he's pretty solid, you know. He's quite solid, so I kind of decided to put him at 10, so it doesn't really, you know, hopefully this doesn't offend people, because I have a few characters that I haven't used. I can't really add in here. You could probably maybe use the Beerus, maybe. I heard he's pretty good. I haven't used him, so I kind of don't want to, you know, put him in front of a character like that. But that is number 10. As we go to number 9, who is Hercule. Hercule, probably one of the best banner units there are. You know, the way he came out with the Vegeta and everything. He kind of just works on the team. He's a support, as we can see here. He's a support. He stacks attack. He has an active skill, which not a lot of banner units have. He has 90% damage reduction. Excuse me, I had to burp for some reason. But and then we have chance of evading, and then when you get hit, he has another 40% chance of evading. He supports the team by 50% attack and defense. I mean, he does everything he needs to. If you need a character for Earth protecting heroes, or maybe even, you know, Earthlings or whatever, he is definitely gonna be a character you can use. You know, you can probably get away with him sometimes, put him in slot 1, but he's usually mostly used as slot 3. He kind of just there supporting the team, does what he needs to do. He doesn't die because he has the 90% damage reduction first if he gets hit, and then hopefully the 85% chance of evading kicks in, and he doesn't get any more hits, because if he gets hit more than once, he is pretty much a fish out there. So, but that is my number 9. As we move on to number 8, Probably a bit controversial. I am planning on doing a video on this guy to kind of see how good he is now with the new team and the new characters that came out with the EZAs. And it is Fusion. Of course, it's a Vegito. I kind of have to have a Vegito in here. No, but I think Limit Breaker Vegito now with the new team he has, here he is, and the characters that are on that team, he's gonna be a lot better. He's gonna have to have improved a lot with the 60% damage reduction, which is gonna help him a lot. He's gonna get another 10% from Goku when he goes Super Saiyan 4. We have we can even put him in second slot. We don't even need to have him in the first slot. As we have Vegeta, Great Ape Vegeta. We have the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta now as well. He has an active skill. I mean, for me, he's really strong. You know, when he came out, he was probably one of the best TURs back then. Sadly, he just didn't have a team to use, so it was kind of hard to, you know, get the use of him that you kind of wanted. I kind of wish that he was on like the Potara team instead, for like a category allies they need. I think that would have been much better instead of crossover. But they kind of like wanted him to be in the Dragon Ball Heroes team, which is a bit weird. But now with the Giant Ape power being a lot stronger, and that's the team I'm gonna be using. I'm gonna do a showcase on this guy because I do want to see how good the team is and how good he can be in the new fights that have come out, the new difficult fights that has come out. So we will see what happens. But he's my number 7, number 8. Oh my, I'm out of it. My number 8. As we move on to number 7, this is a character contradicting what I said earlier. This is a character that I have not used a single time. It's Lord Slug. I don't have him, so it's not possible for me to use him, but I have heard a lot of good things, and you can just look at his kit and you'll be like, yeah, this is a good character. This character is good. He's on one of the best teams, Demonic Powers. Power. He has a domain. I do wish his domain did a bit more than just give allies key. Maybe have like attack and defense 20% or whatever. Doesn't have to be much, but like then he has the damage reduction. He launches super attack that has a great chance of becoming a super additional attack that has a great chance of becoming super attack. We have another 33% damage reduction. He heals like the Majin characters. He foresees enemies attack when he super attacks. When he receives 5 or more attacks in battle, which is a good, amazing, amazing skill to have, to foresee. He has a active skill that is really good as well. The condition is good as well. He does give allies attack and defense 15%. And then, but mostly I usually have him at 7, even though I haven't used him because of the team he's on, Demonic Power. No joke, I'm telling you now, in like 4 to 6 months, Demonic Power might be one of the best teams in the game, if not the best team in the game, because of the characters coming out with the Daima content and other things coming out. I think Demonic Power is gonna be number 1 in 4 months or so. So that's why I have him at 7. I think he's just super strong, and his team is gonna be absolutely nuts in a few months. As we move on to number 6, again, you could probably put Lord Slug over this character, but again, I don't have him, so I don't want to put him too high. It's Tech Vegeta. Tech Vegeta is one of my favorite characters, one of my favorite releases of was it last year or the year before? It's just, I believe last year. like, I've had so much fun with this guy. Like his team, when it came out, his team was so good. Oh, all right. And then he stacks. He guards all attacks. He has damage reduction. He launches more super attacks. He has the more HP remaining great defensive boost and attacking boost. He does a lot of damage. He has a lot of defense. You keep stacking. He has more super attacks coming in, and then you go to Super Saiyan Vegeta, where you're almost untouchable. There's a few instances you will die, but it's like he gets great. If you super attack before, he should be fine. He greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. He guards all attacks. He has damage reduction 18%. He launches additional super attack. He goes more attack. He gets more attack for how low the enemy HP is. He gets defense for getting attack on receiving an attack, and then he does another additional when he gets an attack, receiving an attack. He has this big bang attack that has a tremendous amount of damage, and then all his attacks become a critical hits after that. So it's like, but he has everything you need in a character. And I'm definitely gonna do a showcase on him as well to see how much, like pure damage and defense he can get on the Gogeta's team, because he is on his 220% lead. So hope you guys are, excited for that as well. As we move on to number 5, these ones, you could literally put them anywhere, however you want, unless maybe the first one is kind of like set in stone at this point. But I'm putting Majin Buu, Fat Buu, whatever you want to call him. He is a very solid character, very solid. And mostly with the new team he has, the new characters that came into his team, with Buhan, Kid Buu, Easy Ace, and everything like that. This guy is really strong. You kind of float him all the time, most of the time at least, until you're in a sticky situation that you can put him in the first slot. He gets his revive off, which is a good one to have. His revive is really strong, where he gets attack and defense 100%, guards all attacks, runs additional super attack, survives a KO attack when receiving an attack. He also has a active skill, which works like a ghost usher, where the enemy can't attack you. He gets full ki. He massively raises attack. So it's like, and he heals you most usually full if you take any damage when he uses his active skill, because he gets the candy and gets more recovers more HP when taking those sweet treats. He raises defense as well. He's just a very solid unit. Mostly with his team now, he kind of like excel at that point because of his revive, mostly because it's a big like passive skill to have. Kind of the revival is really important, so he kind of like fits into that team very well. As we move on to number 4, as we can see here, who is it gonna be? I'm gonna put Super Saiyan 3 Goku here. Super Saiyan 3 Goku, a very, very good unit. If you haven't seen my last video, I used him in the new fight, Formidable Foes fight. He was really good. He took a bit damage after the second turn because of the damage reduction he loses. But most of the time you kind of want to super attack with him, which I couldn't really do because Ki was absolutely horrible. But he's such a good character. You do super attacks, you get more damage reduction. He starts with 90, so he doesn't take any damage at all. He can nullify a super attack. He has a powerful active skill, which makes all his attacks become critical. He most of the time you want him in those shorter kind of fights, but no matter what team you use or who you wanna fight against, go up against, he is a very solid option. While I fumble through my words a bit, and that's why I put him number 4. He's just so strong. He's very solid. You know, the first turn is usually the most important in long, even if it's longer fights and everything. Even though they don't hit that much that hard anymore, turn 1, but it's like mostly in the formidable foes. It's like turn 1 is the most important because of how the rest of the team looks. You kind of need to start rotating people off, getting your rotations correctly and everything, and you can just slap him number like first slot, and he will do the job he needs to do, which is to not take any damage. So he does his job. He does his job extremely well. As we move on to number 3, that is number 4 at least, Goku Super Saiyan 3. This one was hard. It's between 2 characters here. Yeah, I think you can already figure out, but I'm gonna go with Daima Goku, number 3. Mostly because it's not a thing against him. I mean, he raises allies attack for the 1%, which is for 2 turns, which is really good. I think he's a bit underrated. I don't see that many people talk that well about him, but it might just be me. I mean, he has damage reduction and a chance of evading enemy attack with 20%, and then he gets 30% damage reduction, which makes it 50, plus a high chance, which is 50 plus 20, which is 70, and then he has another chance of evading, which is 90%. As the first or second slot, he gets 100% defense. As the second, he gets 100% attack. Launches additional attack that has a high chance to become a super attack. He gets 200% when receiving an attack. He stacks attack for every time he receives an attack or evades, which will happen a lot when he has 90% the first turn. And then we have more attack and attack or effective against all types when he gets hit 5 or evades 5 or more attacks in the game. And then he also has his active skill, which massively raises attack tempo. I think he's just a great unit. You know, he greatly raises attack and defense for 3 turns. So when he comes back, he still has that buff, 50% buff, which makes him even stronger than he was the turn before. So he's kind of slept on a bit. Sadly, I don't have him, so again, it's a bit, you know, controversial for me to have him here. So I didn't really summon for them because the anniversary was coming up, so I kind of wanted to save for that. But they really are 2 good units, him and Glorio, because they came out at the same time. And the things I see people say is a bit too much, because I think he's a great unit. I think he's very overly slept on. I think whatever he does is probably the best. Like, what he offers is the best in the game. So excuse me. I mean, his team isn't the best, but it happens. He is pretty good on other teams. So as we move on to number 2, which is Buhan. Buhan, you know, between him and Goku, it's very, very, very slim. It's a very, very slim difference. The only reason I put Buhan number 2 is because of his team. The team he's on now, with the Super Easy Buhan, with the Easy Kid Buu, and all of the other characters, his team is just so strong. And he's a really, really important character in that team because of everything he does. You know, he guards all attacks in this turn, in this form. He guards all attacks. He does a lot of damage. He has a high chance of He has a high chance of performing a critical for the 6 turns, but mostly usually going to Super Buu, his domain. But also, when there's another power observation or transformation boost category ally in the same turn, the attack and chance of critical hit goes up to 50%, and extreme class allies go up by 50% attack and defense. So he's a support who is very strong, and then he has his domain, which gives allies and enemies in this category, 15%, plus Majin Buu Saga gets 15% attack and defense. And then when it comes into this form, he's pretty much untouchable. He has damage reduction 7%, key sphere changer, he heals, he gets more attack, critical hit is a higher chance for every key orb, he has defense when receiving an attack, he gets more additional for each key, more key you get if there's a fused fighter category enemy, which doesn't happen that often unless you fight a new one. The new magnificent battle where we have Vegito Blue as the final boss. He would get 4 super attacks minimum. So it's like he has so much in his arsenal, and his team is just so good. So it kind of, that's probably the reason I put him at 2, mostly because of his team, how good his team is now. Which lead us to number 1, who we're talking about, team Glorio. I mean, I don't really need to talk that much about him. Yeah, everyone knows why he's one of the best characters, the best character, TUR character in the game. Even like all the characters together, he might be like top 15. So he's a really, really strong unit. He does everything you kind of want. He greatly raises attack and defense in 1 turn, causes immense damage. I don't really need to read that, but he lowers attack and defense, which can't really do most of the time, but the new fights for formidable foes you can. And then he gets attack 9% and defense 6% in battle. He has launched an additional attack that has a great chance to become a super attack on his entry turn for 1 turn. He launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack. He can do 3 attacks, high chance of evading. He launches additional attack again, so he can do 4 super attacks. First turn. This is the best one though. This is what makes him kind of one of the best units you run. Even if it's a third attacker in the turn, he gives the 50% attack and defense for 3 turns. He gets attack and defense when attacking. For every attack performs, he get attack and defense within the turn. So it's like he does 1 super attack, let's say 13 million. The next one is going to do 50% more, and so on and so forth. And he gets another one if he does 3 or more super attacks in battle. So, and he can dodge even more, so he gets up to 80% dodge. So it's like he has everything he needs. He has the active skill as well. He's just such a good unit, and the reason he's number 1, mostly because of his team, demonic power. I'm telling you, in 4 to 6 months, that team is gonna be absolutely crazy, and Glory is gonna be on the team no matter what. Even if it's as third attacker, he will absolutely cook for this team. He will raise attack and defense for 50% to all allies. So let's say they release Goma in the next 4 months, which most likely is going to happen. He's going to be on demonic power. He's going to be absolutely busted most likely because of how well they're doing the new units. And then we have Gloria give him even more power. It's just going to be absolutely insane. It's going to be nuts. And that's why I put Gloria as number 1. I mean, his team is just going to be so good, and he is really strong as well. I don't see a TUR coming out that will beat him unless they do a crazy character for Saiyan Day, which could happen. Who knows? We don't know who it's gonna be. It might be Super Saiyan. Spoiler alert, by the way. Spoiler. I'm giving you 5 seconds. It might be Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta or something like that. So yeah, I just think his team is gonna be absolutely untouchable, and he's going to be such a good unit for that team as well. So I sadly don't have him. So again, a bit controversial because of what I said earlier, but these characters, the characters I put in that I don't have is just way too good for me to not put in. Like, even if I don't have them, I already know everything they can do and the power they kind of have in Dokkan Battle right now. And that is, believe it or not, my top 10 list. If you have any comments or any characters you think could be better than a few here, which is gonna be, of course. I already talked about a few. AGL Vegeta could be up here. He's a good unit. Not the best. He probably won't make the top 10. Master Roshi is pretty good. He could at least beat 10. I'm sure there's a few other characters that I just have completely forgotten. Again, there's no easy A's here. I hope. Yeah, no easy A's. So if you want to see a video of me doing all easy A's, all easy A TURs, that counts as super easy A's as well. Put in the comments, say we want the easy A version as well, and I will gladly do it. But this is my top 10 list. Tell me what you think. Tell me who you would choose. Tell me if I'm dumb. No, don't do that, but you know what I mean. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, because I had a blast not doing this tier list, not gonna lie. It was a lot of fun. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, evening, afternoon, whatever you might have, and hope to see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care and peace.